There once was a man named Gold Roger, who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. After they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he spoke. "Ah! That's a break! I definitely broke my leg! Ah! Who's the no-good slack-off that forgot to tie the other end of the rope? Ah!
Hi, this is 8LIVES, and today I'm going to show you a big mess I made in GameMaker. It's because I decided I'm going to work with as much code as possible, and I'm going to use free license music that I should turn off because I don't want to exploit them. But they're really good. BioUnit, I recommend looking at that. It does some neat stuff. And this is a very long investment I made on a simple joke that piggybacks off a Nico Nico meme video. Because that was a smart idea. Actually, I did learn a lot and I kind of appreciate it. So, anyway. Dr. Mario. Tsuchinoko's home is invaded by viruses, and it is up to you to get rid of them. So one of the other reasons I actually wanted to make this was just having a puzzle mode for a Dr. Mario game. Like, they had it in stuff like Tetris Attack, Panel de Pon, and, Tetris 2. A couple of games. Bubble Bobble pretended to have one, but it didn't. The King ripoffs on iOS have a puzzle mode that works a lot better, but it's King, so take with it what you will. This is I remember this one. Let's see. Yeah. Well, messed that up. There we go. Yeah, no, I kind of like puzzle modes where it's like, you have the limited number of pieces in the limited amount of time. And it's really interesting, trying to do it with Dr. I can see why they didn't do it after a while. I could see why they didn't do it with Dr. Mario, because there are a lot of limitations for that mode, for this game. Just because, how everything falls into place and the shapes of the pieces and the fact that there's only 3 colors. There's very limited amount you can do without getting really weird with the rules. Anyway, did I do that wrong? I did. I haven't played I finished this game 2 months ago. And I haven't touched it in that time, so. Okay. Oh, did I? I don't remember now. Oh, yeah. Okay. How did this go? Oh. I'm being impatient. I should have looked at the puzzle pieces ahead. Okay. Now this makes it kind of neat. Shoot, I am messing up like a motherfucker. Okay. But yeah, no, I like this whole style of like just having trial and error and figuring it out, but using this. Okay, that's what it is. Hell yeah, okay. Now we're rolling. This one's a bit of a trick. Ta-da! Yeah, it's hard to plan chains ahead just because, like, there's a little way to keep it going that way. This was an interesting one, though. I like this whole pattern setup for it. Let's see. I believe it's this next. Then you do this. There we go. Yeah, this is right. I'm just remembering. Yeah, there's some ones that I really don't remember doing. There's ones I remember having some really weird answers. This one's pretty simple. Most of these are obviously simple because it's the first level. Or the first world, as it is. I forgot to mention, like, level 4 or so was one that I'd noticed people getting stuck on particularly often when I would show it off to them. Which was a shame, because they never got to see the other stuff. And it's weird, that one, like, seemed pretty simple. But that was the... I'll just put a clip of it up, I guess. Okay. There we go. Oh, shoot. And did not have my hand on the keyboard. I believe this was a matter of... I think it's just getting rid of the blue. Let's see. And no, I don't think it was. I think I screwed myself over. Okay. Oh, I remember now, I think. No, that wouldn't do anything if I did that. Was it this? Oops. Okay. Close. Let's try this. So yeah, this one's impressive looking, but at the same time just has so many limitations to it. Like, just everything. It was that was when I realized that it was gonna be a lot more frustrating. Okay, these are boss levels. As you can see, it's just Kaban. Oops, fuck that up. I was considering a whole thing with like a giant virus piece that takes up like 4 blocks at once. But that was like at a point where I just wanted to finish this. I don't know, I like the way things are in this one. This is risky, but... So this one, everything obviously is randomized, and the level does get faster. The gameplay gets faster in this version. Gameplay also gets faster in the puzzle modes, but because the pieces are limited, obviously it's not as big of an issue. There we go. And that one piece is going to be a problem. Ooh. No, I should just take care of that, huh? There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's just get rid of that blue so I can... No! Fucking hell! Really? It's high speed. And got that out of the way. Should get that mouse out of the way. Oh, yeah. So this one brings in a new element of just pieces that automatically take themselves out. Does not make the puzzles harder, but does make them kind of fun, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. This was definitely one of the first ones I made where I was worried I was at my limit for what I could do, like, trick-wise with the puzzles. But I did come up with some interesting alternatives. Like this one, for example. This one's sort of like a proto of what is the solution to this one. Okay, good. It was that. I wasn't sure if I remembered or not. What was this? Shoot, I'm drawing a complete blank. Okay, I think I remember this one. Oh, yeah. It's going to full screen. Which might mess up the recording. Oh well. Let's see. How did this one work? I messed up. Think. Ooh, what was this? And if you do that, it messes that up. Yeah, remember that. But what is the solution? Okay. the first double one is blue, and then the next double one is yellow, red, yellow, blue. Ooh, what was this? Oh, this is a good one. I think it's this. Oh, what was this? Oh, damn, I'm stumping myself. Okay, let's lay all the pieces out so we can see what we're dealing with. This one, oh, can't put that one there, so this. These are a lot of pieces. This is a process. Okay. Two double reds. Two double blues. Two double yellows. Did I give myself any wiggle room? I think I gave myself some wiggle room with this. Ooh. Let's see if I remember. I think it was you do 3 there. I know. Yeah, I think this is what it's meant to do. And then when you have double, you can do that, and then you're free to get that blue. And I can't get that red because I gotta get the other. Okay, I remember this a bit better. Shoot. Okay. Blue or red? I'm gonna go with red. We'll just have to figure this out trial and error wise. There is a certain pattern to the side blocks too, though. That's the problem. That is a problem. We'll figure this out in a sec. Then I can do this one, which is what I'm supposed to do. And then I was supposed to use that red for that one. Okay. Retry. Yellow there. It's gonna drop a red. Oh, okay. Maybe. So that'll drop a red. That means I can start forming the blue there. This will drop a blue. There we go. I think this will work. That's not enough to do that because I didn't get that other one in. Oh, because I wasn't supposed to, maybe? Yeah. I think there's supposed to be one left over. Fuck, this was harder than I remember it being. Well, that's the problem, is when you make it, you know the solution already, so it's... Okay, so let's see. No, definitely nope. Okay. This is why you have to test this shit. Let me think. So the process is finishing these in a way I think this might be what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I think that much is right. Can't use that yet. Not sure where I would use it though. I can't use that now. Shoot. Okay. Oh, duh. Okay. Okay. So I'm fairly certain I need to complete that one first. I shouldn't leave the red there, I don't think. Shoot. Don't give myself a lot of time to think either. I do things like this. Shoot. Was one off on that. Okay. I do need the double blue on that. But that fucks me over. Okay. So with that in mind... Oops. I doubly fucked myself. Retry. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, we'll have to do this later. Welcome to 8 Lives, 8LIVES again. We're coming back to Dr. Tsuchinoko. Dr. Mario came out on the iPhone between the interruption there, so there's that. We're on level 14. I was thinking of a different level. That's why I was doing the solution wrong. So this should be a little more straightforward than I remembered. Oops, hit down when I was trying. Oh. Yeah, it looks like... Nope, I fucked up. Nope, I fucked up. That makes more sense. That might be the answer. Okay. So if I do this, cancels out that, and that makes that easier. Then these can just solve themselves. Kept thinking I had to set up something for the bottom part, but I did not. So we're all good. Now we can finally move on. Jesus Christ, okay. That means it's all a matter of persistence. Okay, this is the first fun one. Or like, this would... Basically, I was having trouble figuring out ways to shake up the designs, especially because, like, when you have stuff set up like that, like, it'll automatically clear all the 4 in a row ones the way it's designed. Whoopsie. So, as you can see, the moment the first piece lands, all the ones that make 4 in a row already get destroyed. So I had fun with that. No! Hit one. Shakes it up. It makes it a bit more action-oriented. There we go. The overall theme of the second stage was it's supposed to be more stuff with those automatic levels clearing. Although that level 14 did not obviously fill that role. So that was... This one I really like. It's kind of a simple, obvious concept, but with every choice you make, you're left with... You're using up different pills for it. And then one specific trick about it. Is this one right here sort of has to be used here. Other than that, I think from this, but I think there's enough leniency that as long as you're just trying to keep everything even and pay attention, it should be fine. But the trick is if you ignore the wrong ones, you might have a situation where you have to use a red, but the red that you wanted to use is already blocked. Let's see, blues I'm fine with. I don't know, I made this one kind of intimidating, but not impossible. And okay, good, I had enough. Oh, yes. Let's see if the solution works as well as I remember it working. Actually better. I didn't realize that I'd need that last piece. Cool. So there you go, no excuses. How did this work? Shoot. That was not what I was supposed to do. I'm almost positive that was the wrong move. Okay. Leave the trick to this one. Is it just this? Yeah, okay. I think it's pretty simple from here on out. In fact, it seems outright generous. Nope, never mind. Only had one to spare. Alrighty. I believe the solution is this. I don't remember, though. Well, yeah, I guess that was right. And if you notice, that one was like a more advanced version of one from a few different levels ago. This one I had a lot of fun testing. Like, these bosses ended up being just make a picture out of the viruses and have fun with that. There we go. Well, that might not be a good idea. I'm not sure. Shoot. That'll fix it. Kind of. No! Ah. Okay, well. Meant to do that. A little late to make a difference on it, but whatever. Yeah, it's not unsolvable, but it's kind of a shitty situation I put myself in. Yeah, it gives you an idea of how much the extra speed affects it. Okay, this should do. Assuming we get a yellow piece. There we go. Well, okay, new strategy. Cool. And we're done with that. Oh, this one. This one, even when I knew the solution, I had so much difficulty working on it. I believe that's wrong. We'll see. No, shoot. Okay. Oh, right. Why did I do that? Let me see. Shoot. Oh. That, I think, is the right way. Okay. Shoot. That wasn't right. Okay. There's a slight chance I have to... Nope. That's right. This is how it was supposed to... Okay, yeah, that was the trick. Okay. So, like, seems like I fucked myself over, but then... There we go. Nope. I forgot about that part. Fuck. Okay. There we go. Possibly? Hopefully. Yeah, alright. Ah, thank goodness. Okay. That one always gets me. Oh, this one's fun. Wait, did I do that right? I might have done that wrong. Shoot, I think I did that wrong. Yeah, I did. Oh. I hadn't thought about it, but this would work. So there's a faster solution I could have had in this the whole time. Oh. Nope, can't do that. Gotta clear this part first. There we go. All right. Okay, I think this is the one I was thinking of earlier. Frick, I don't remember how this one works. Maybe it's just something as simple as this. Oh, but I was supposed to... Oh, right. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, these double ones are supposed to go down here. And that was part of the trick, was that you put it on the red one on the right instead of the red one on the left. I think this is the solution. Let's see. I don't think this is the solution. I think I'm screwed. Okay. And then remember, I'm pretty sure that double red's supposed to go on the bottom. Oh, maybe... Why am I not able to solve this puzzle, I say, as I keep restarting the puzzle without actually finishing. Okay, it's a matter of not doing that. It's a matter of not doing that. Okay. Which also means it's... Okay, never mind. Okay. That's what was throwing me off. Am supposed to use those. It is supposed to be intended as a 5 in a row at the tops. And that makes it pretty straightforward after that. Okay, there we go. Shit. Okay, there we go. See, that's the thing. That red is supposed to go there, but you might think to put it down there instead. And that double yellow is supposed to go... As soon as I get to it. Down here. And then you put the red down there. That was where I fucked up. We are now free to move about the cabin. And there we go. See, this is the solution I was trying to do with that puzzle earlier, which would not have made any sense. This is a variation on the one earlier as well. There we go. And, oh, this one's great. It's like a little volcano. How did this work again? Oh, wait a minute. Was it... I think it's like you build on top of the plug, and then you design it so that everything sort of comes down. Maybe it is like this. Okay, let's work on what we have at the moment. Maybe we plug it up first. Sorry, I keep restarting it, but kind of want to see what happens if we do it like this. Well, then it's just going to destroy it. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So that wasn't the right answer. What was the right answer? Man, why is this one so difficult all of a sudden? Oops. How did this work? Oh, that might be it. Yeah, so, okay, it was something like this. And I don't think that's enough to finish this. I think I fucked up a bit. I fucked up a tiny little bit. Let's see. I was definitely right. I don't think that thing I did just there was the right answer. Let's see, though. Yeah, that one. Okay, maybe if I do this. I think that's enough. I think that's enough to do it. Yeah, that'll work. I'm almost positive that's not what it was, how it's supposed to be done, but it works. Okay. Oh, this one is my favorite. There's a very specific pattern, and everything just sort of falls into place in just the right way. And it's just a matter of like looking at it and being like, okay, what? There's only like one real way any of these can work. Well, two, because it's a mirrored image, but like once you think about like what would have to be the answer, like this is what I wanted most of the puzzles to be like. Okay, now things get interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's right. Then I want to do that. Then I want to do that. Then shoot, I don't remember. I don't think I did it right. I think I fucked up. Okay. The end space is where you just gotta start thinking ahead about it. This is the foundation part. Okay, let me see. Goes there. Yeah, this is the right answer. Okay. Nope, wait, I messed up, I think. Well, we'll see. Oh, yeah. This will give... Oh, yeah, there you go, that's why. This will give you a little idea of how it's supposed to work. There we go. Forgot the other red in the center. Mess that up. see here. I believe it's that next. Yep. Okay, good. And then this. There we go. There we go. Okay, that should solve everything. Boom. 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 Love that one so much. Oh, this one's interesting. How did this work? I don't remember. I think it was like a matter of building a tower. Ooh, this is interesting because I remember this one being a really interesting solution, but I completely forgot how it's done. It's almost like you're entering in a code. What does this whole thing spell out? Is there a way to just cheat it? Did I not put a way to... Oh. Maybe? Maybe. Oh, okay. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't remember at all what this is. Maybe there's just some sort of weird way to solve all of it. Shit. Hold on, I got this. This actually might work this way. Oh. Whoops. I originally intended to do it, but I'm kind of interested because I think this works. If I just get a hold of it right. There. Oh, this is so close. This hurts. That hurts. That made me remember how this is done. I think. Okay. How'd this go? Ooh, this is driving me nuts. Oh! Shoot. Okay. I remember now. So, for real this time, I remember. Okay. God, I've not had an aha, like just an aha moment like that in a long time. This was, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. And then the coup de grace. Oh my god, I love that.
1877 cars for kids. QARS cars for kids. If you want to see your kids again, then give us your car. Do not involve the cops.
Okay, so small technical difficulties, but thankfully I did not lose nearly as much as I thought I did. But see, I believe we were on this level right here. There we go. Okay, this one is, I kind of call it the rocket ship level. Kind of looks like one of those old water pump rockets. It reminds me of that, I don't know why. And I am doing most of this from memory because I already solved it when I was thinking about it, but also when I was solving it, I was doing it kind of a hunch from memory when I was, it's just how it works. Okay, I believe, there we go. Obviously, a big key thing about it is that everything sort of gets set off in one whole chain reaction. That's sort of the hint to it. So it's a matter of just thinking of nothing you set up during the setup should be something that would set it off automatically. So that sort of gives you a good mindset of what everything should do. There we go. That one does not have as big of an aha moment as the one before it did. Anyway, the next one I saved for last for some good reason. This is a fun one. Let's see if I can remember how this one is done. Believe. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait, no, maybe. I think it's like this. This one's in the middle. Yeah, okay, this is right. This is right. So that one's in the middle. Ah, okay. I remember what I did wrong now. Even better. Okay. I knew it wasn't that easy. There was something I was forgetting. And now I remember, so we're all good. Nope. No. No. Okay. So this one's kind of fun. Obviously, you got to get the reds before you can get most of anything else. So a lot of this is a matter of just setting everything up. And if you noticed how I set it up that last time with the tower, it's designed for a 2 blue to fall there and a 2 blue to fall there. But first you need to put the blues down so that the yellows can be put down correctly. And now we set up the reds. And this says sort of like a little code to it. So obviously you want the yellow to fall down first. Then the blue. And then the yellow. There we go. So that one's all set. And now we set up this one. Blue first. Then yellow. Then blue. And we finish it off. That one's nice. That one's nice. I like that one. It's satisfying. And final boss. Scary looking motherfucker right there. Boy, RNG can really fuck you over with this guy, huh? Oh my god. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Start button doesn't work on the game over screen. I mean, everything I coded was fine, and I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's. And now I get a double blue at the very beginning. Frickin' game. Obviously, getting those top right corners makes the most sense. I think I mentioned earlier, but that Dr. Mario iPhone game came out recently, and unfortunately for me, one of the things about it is that you use 3 in a row, not 4 in a row, which is not normal for Dr. Mario, and has messed me up quite a bit. And these boss levels in particular. Because I'm trying to think, oh, I can get a chain here, and then no, I can't get a chain. I wasn't thinking right. I think that's the better option in the long run. Okay, the rest of this is simple now. Except it's moving faster. Great. This is going to be a little difficult at higher speeds now. We'll see what I can do, though. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Cool. Now I just need to finish this off. Well, I am good at this game. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Final victory screen. Wasn't I in full screen mode for this? I forgot about that. No. Alright. Now let's take a look at classic mode a bit. Let's go level 18. It always gives kind of a diagonal pattern. I think that has something to do with the random number generator. I suppose that's as good a time as any to show some of the stuff behind the scenes on it. So I have no idea where to start. As you can see, there's a lot of objects that were made as like tests. I left this open the whole time. You can see these all the whole way through. This was not used. This was before I learned how to use 2D arrays. You can see in the sprites. And then a lot of these say test, even though they ended up being what I ended up using. Most of this last stuff is all used. Is it object test? I'm bad at naming. Not this one, no. Okay. Test level, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So this is used both for arcade mode and for story mode, which, I don't know, I'm not sure if that's efficient or not. I suppose it might be inside. Obviously, if I split up the ways things interact into two different objects, I could have had like a basic thing that works for both things, and then like an arcade mode and a story mode that has the stuff. Actually, I did do that to some extent. I'm going ahead of myself, but basically this controls the mechanics and how everything works, and there's some... Yeah, no, I guess I did work it out in this way. So basically, like, this controls the mechanics, how everything works, how the controls work and whatnot, and to an extent the menus and whatnot. And the levels are generated here. So it reads what the levels are. These right here in the green were made to make the boss levels really, really easy to finish, so I could test the cutscenes at the end of each one. But you see they're like a long string of data. And I should be able to show you exactly what they look like. Let's do an interesting looking one. What was one that was really full? I guess this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's organize the format a little bit more. There we go. So there you go. It looks a little more recognizable as the level. All the 6s are viruses. All the 0s are... Well, that would make them... Yeah, all the 6s are viruses. All the 0s are blank spaces. There's other numbers that represent when the pills show up. So this window was all viruses. I think this is the one... Did I arrange it right? Level 16. Let's test level 16 real quick. Which one was that? Okay, level 16. Is that the right? Yeah, that was the right one. Okay. Anyway. So what it does is, it's all the variables it sets up. It loads. That's just consistent data that I should have done more of with, because that would have made it easier to customize everything. I tried to. I'm not experienced enough with that stuff. Let's see. Okay, so creating the level data. So if object persistent level equals 0, that means it's arcade mode, which is what it says right there. And then it takes down the level of difficulty for it. Let's not pay attention to, well, and that's how this is it generating the numbers and making sure like all the viruses are randomized and there's a generally even ratio and that there's none of them like lined up for like immediately getting killed. I think that part's down here actually. I basically test the bombage, and if there's any bombs, it changes it up. Okay, so else. This is where it actually happens. Virus encode string loaded from object level data specifically. If the level is arcade mode, that was before I separated them. Virus string places virus, color string arranges virus color in pill order, blah blah blah. So if object persistent dot level is less than 10, C10 equals 0. Why? Hold on a sec. That's something I doubt. Oh! Is this still recording? Yes, it is. Good. Didn't want to make the same mistake. So depending on what level you do, I think it was just determining that part right here. So good to know. And I killed myself. Nice. Anyway, let's go back here. So that's just determining the graphic right now. Yeah, the graphic in the 10 space and the graphic in the 1 space. Okay, here's the real deal. Virus string, object level data dot virus string. Yep, level equals persistent, object persistent dot level. All that. Virus string equals this. Color string equals this. So virus string equals all this level data and all that. And then it reads through the string, makes it a real number, and feeds it into the different 2D arrays. They're actually separated. They're separated into a couple of different things: the map, the color, and whether there's the bomb. Well, the bomb data is only during arcade, I think. It's only during the arcade. Oh yeah, that part right here is just establishing it so that the array is established. I figured I'd do that. Well, this is the first area where it's establishing. So yeah, it loops through, makes the array on the map, and everything you see on the screen is generated in the array instead of using the coordinate data that comes with GameMaker. That's definitely not the right vocabulary, but I'm definitely glad I did that. Tom made me understand things a lot better. So I think most of what you can see for that is just from looking in the draw phase. Let's go to the draw phase. So that's where I put all the sounds. That way, I forget if I kept consistent with that. Anyway, that's not important. That's to make sure like whether things should be shown or not on screen. Let's see. Oh man, the dancing viruses were an interesting thing. I am so glad I remembered everything I remembered from geometry. It's like I have not taken a math class of any kind since for like 15 years. That's crazy to think about. So like going back through a lot of this stuff was really interesting. Like getting the viruses to dance in a circle as smoothly as possible was so much fun to get like going. So I've got a weird love-hate relationship with math. As soon as I got like the very minimum requirements, I stopped taking it. Okay, so we're back. So let's see, that's mostly about the falling piece, drawing the falling piece in the right space and making sure everything's right. Basically, there, if you noticed from where it pivots, that's sort of like the actual center. And then there's the piece next to it, which is determined by different variables to make sure like it's rotated and it's the right one and all that. This is the actual drawing of it, where of all the viruses and stuff, where it goes through every single square on the map. And for the cases of 0, that's a blank space. 1, I can just show it right here. So 1, it shows that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is the virus. And then 7, 8, 9, and 10 are the little explodey graphics. And for obvious reasons, you just add 1 to the variable there and it makes the explodey graphic work. And then 11 and 12 are the same as the 11, 12, 13, and 14 are these viruses here for like the fault, but it's specifically for the moving piece. And then there's a second layer that determines what the color is, or the second like map, when you get the stuff from the color map, that determines what the color of the sprite is. So for this case right here, color 1, color 2, color 3. Same with the viruses. Color 1, color 2, color 3. And those ones animate, so it's a little different for them. And then, yeah, it just takes the general location where they are on the array and uses that information to put it down on the map. And let's see, one last thing I guess I'll show is the bomb phase. So basically after the piece lands, it scans the whole level looking for match 4. How does this, let's see, what's the really interesting part about this? Basically, this was fun. I think, what was the tricky part of it though? Basically, I wanted to scan for the match 4, but obviously you can't just immediately delete it. Because if you delete it, then when it scans for the match 4 like horizontally and you're checking vertically, like you've already deleted the piece, so then it doesn't register. So what I did was, that was when I made the bomb array. And so while it's checking for, and that's another reason like the color map has its own array, is since it doesn't need to distinguish between the pieces in the virus, it just needs to check on the colors. And then instead of deleting the pieces, it saves it onto the bomb array. And the way it saves it on the bomb array is it puts, for each space it's on, it puts a number to it. And then when it gets to the next one, if it's a match, it adds a number to the previous one and to that one. And that way it like keeps track of like how many in a row are there, and then like takes them all out at once. Well, not all at once. Like after everything's done, it'll take it all out. Which was a lot of fun to check. That happens in phase 3. Phase 3. Phase 3B is what happens afterwards, but I put it on the before for various reasons. Just to make sure everything works out. Just to make sure like that there's a full turn between when that happens and when that doesn't happen. Or like when it decides to do the bomb and when it doesn't. And I say turn, I meant frame, but you know. No, you don't. That's why I said. Yeah. So yeah, it goes through the bomb array and then goes through all that to clear everything out. Maybe it does that in switch 4. Oh yeah. So phase 3 is when it goes through the bombs and it changes. Oh. That's just for the dancing viruses right here. Yep, for every piece that's destroyed, it's connected to a piece, is changed to a singular, and destroyed pieces are turned into animated smoke. And then on 3B is the animated smoke thing, and then when 3B is done, it goes to step 4. And step 4 is an important one, which just makes sure everything like falls, but it has to check everything below it, and then also check if it's a connected piece, that the connected piece is affected correctly. Or did I say that? Yeah, the connected piece is affected correctly. That's what I said. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to like wrap my head around. With Tetris, it's just, oh, you got all the pieces lined up. Cleared the line, and then move all the lines above it down one space. With this, there's like all these sorts, like you have to treat everything individually and like go through it carefully and check for combinations in different ways. And then gravity affects the virus, the pills, but not the viruses in certain, and all that. This was a good idea to like wrap my head around. And I'm glad I did it. Okay, so before we go, I'm going to show you like an earlier build just so you get an idea of everything. This is the grid, which is what I made before I made things a little more complicated. It's also kind of wonky. Let's see. Ooh. use slightly different variables for this, and I also hadn't started using for loops yet, but I used obviously the same method more or less. And that drew the virus thing. I'm still using the right maps. Oh, there's the for loops right there. Obviously, I didn't want to rewrite them. The steps look like there's just a step there. So first is the pulse. So every like 8 spaces, it'll have a wait. And then there's a beat. Let's see. So there's a beat of 20. I think that's the animation of the sprites. There is the beat. So every 20 frames, the sprites will animate. And every 8 frames, the controls and falling will take place. So most of this is the same as what you see earlier, except this is all in one thing. And so for the draw phase, though, I've got something a little different. Let's see. This just clears all the temporary stuff, which means where the pill is currently located will be cleared, which can be important. I think I need to relook at that. I don't need to, but okay. Drawing the map. So this stuff here is just drawing the variable numbers so I can see them as I debug it. This is drawing the map, but let's see. This is just drawing the numbers for the map. This is drawing the sprites for it in a different location. And then we also are drawing the horizontal bombs. So you can see how the bombs work. Let's just go into it. Okay. Woo. Okay. So on the left here is how everything looks designated as a number. For some reason, I've got one of the numbers reading as 31, which doesn't make sense. Might be a glitch. Anyway, 13, 14, 12, and 31. The viruses are all labeled as 6. And as you can see, okay, so this is where all the viruses are drawn out. This is the pulse. Whoa. This is the rotation. So if it's 1, it's rotated. If it's 0, it's not rotated. Ooh. This is the X value, it looks like. I'm not sure what these two numbers are. I'll have to retake a look at those. Well, I guess I can just retake a look at them right now. And no. So if you notice, everything on the bomb map says 1, except for where it says 2 right there. And now it says 2, 3, 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a 4 in a row, and that's going to make that say 2, 3, 4, 4, and that's going to cause it to 0 out. See? Blinked out as 0 for a second, and then it deleted everything in that row. And it'll work that way horizontally too. Da-da-da, da-da-da. This is before we had the animation segment put in. But yeah, that's how the bomb data works.